that it was too fourth wall crossing and too cross franchise, but he did encourage me to talk about it. So that's the part where, how do you say, I haven't seen you or talked to you, or I don't know anything about you. I haven't seen this woman. I can't even recognize her. And so it's a consistent pattern of lies that makes you wonder, is anything she's saying the truth? You know? And that's my point about Marysol. Marysol is a mean-spirited person with a very black heart, you know, because of what she said before. But even the way that she works on this show, like, she's there to destroy, she's there to bring people down, and she doesn't care what it costs anybody. And it shouldn't be that way. It's a show, it's sassy, you say things, you're shady, you're whatever, your shoes, even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes, whatever, but not at the core of where people can't get over some of the things you say, you know?
Well, that's not nice to her, but to say about her good friend Luann.
Of course not. And by the way, of course she'll deny it, and it would behoove Luann to deny it, but Luann knows deep inside it happened. Just like Alexia knows the story because Marysol told Alexia the story. So they know it's true, but everybody that was there heard it. And she stayed quiet. She didn't even know what to say about it, you know? So
what about, you know, because you could say for a few minutes, you are friends in real life with Joanna Krupa.
Mm-hmm.
You talk to her a lot. What about her? You know, did you hear this? Because I heard this. I don't know if you've heard this, but I heard that they were casting a net of looking for certain people.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're looking for new people for Miami.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that they have done full casting tapes, and I don't know that many. I have heard that they're looking for something, and you know, I think Jo would be great. She hates them all so much.
I feel like Joanna could be on a different franchise. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if she needs to go.
Joanna's great at TV because she's got that Eastern European temper, man, and she's not messing around. She's like, just my text with her about this episode or whatever, just I look at it and I'm like, man, she's hardcore.
Well, what does she say about this episode?
She hadn't seen it.
Oh.
But she will say, I mean, I'm not going to verbatim say she's my friend. I'm not going to read it, but the Joanna you see is very much alive. And she holds grudges. Like that, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. I think she would be fantastic on the show. I would love to see her back, and I would love to see Leah back a little more. I am totally like, do people still say shipping? No, right? That's so
you can say it.
Okay.
You're a more seasoned woman than me and Beba, so you say what you want.
No,
I'm just kidding. I mean,
I would love Joanna to go back with Roman. I love them together. There's, you know, I know they're good friends still. She's divorced, and I wouldn't hate it. I would, you know, I just wish I could make that happen.
Well,
I think they're right for each other. It hasn't worked with anybody else for a reason.
Well, Anna, I mean, you say that, you know, you are in contact with the producers now that you've been back. You are friends with Joanna. Why don't you facilitate the producers talking to Joanna, maybe a lunch, a coffee, a drink?
Yeah. When I'm in LA in the next couple of weeks, we're going to get together, and she wants to know about my experience and everything else. So but I would love to see her back on there. I don't want the show, you know, the show has had not great ratings for whatever reason. I also think they've been a little unfair with Miami. They move it around. They put it when the other shows are on break. They move the time. That's not good for a show, but yeah, ratings have been not great.
Except your episode.
Yeah, I think that
it was the highest rated.
Yeah, it's the highest rated in the season because there was a lot of hype around it. And I think it was also a big disappointment. And so we'll see next week if people are like, you hyped us up, you fooled me once, you know, or maybe it'll be like, I also think, of course, I'd like to think that I had something to do with it. And I do think I had something to do with it. I also think Gertie's story is very compelling. You know, I think Gertie's story, like, I think halfway through that episode, everyone forgot about me. because when you see women behaving the way that those women, and then you see somebody putting out there all this stuff with her real family, her real husband, you see pain and love, and it's not dark, it's hopeful, and it's brave, and it's courageous, and we still want to see women like that. And so it's a breath of fresh air from that lunch of the cackling hens, myself included, screaming and fighting about stupid things, and then somebody dealing with something that's life or death and children and husbands and love and forever. And so I think that contributed to ratings as well.
Yeah.
I thought it was the highest rated episode of the season because the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast was featured.
Of course. Well, of course. I mean, I know, but maybe that's right behind Gertie.
I do. It really was.
And
like
then
two,
us.
It was like that. It was like 2 episodes. It was like us on the first half.
Well,
and then
you're
it really
welcome,
was-
David. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I too, when I got a call from Bravo Production asking if they could use this podcast, never thought it would be to the extent it was as well, to the
Right.
extent Beba made when we first started.
Well, I'm the one that
seemed to me
called
like-
you.
You did. Thank you,
I'm
Anna.
the one that called you, and no, they asked me if you would give it to them, and I said that yeah, we'll give it to them, and then I connected you.
Thank you. And I did really think it would be a snippet here. At
Sure.
So,
most.
Yeah.
so for those people who think that I, was mortified when this was dug up, no, I gave them
gave it to them.
the Uzi to shoot me with.
Listen, at the end of
You
the
really
day,
did.
let's be real. This is helping both of our podcasts. And that's really like when we came onto your podcast, when we're like a little nothing podcast, which we're still kind of a little nothing podcast, but we were like, David, get us your followers. That's why we went on and we like divulged so much info. And
Well, the
so
thing is-
us being on Bravo, all 3 of us girlies on Bravo, it's free promo, babe. That's all it is.
I mean, I haven't complained. You know?
I haven't complained either.
I
I
haven't.
mean-
I think that it's all perspective, right? If you ask Marysol, she's probably pissed at what's happened because she wanted to take attention away from me, and by insisting on leaving, she just put 50 spotlights on us.
Yeah, like, do
You
you
know?
think she regrets how she?
Yes.
You do.
Oh my God, of course. Of
Because
course.
if she
regrets
just
it.
said, looked over and said hi and ignored you, you
And ignored the
possibly would have
entire
been
time.
edited out. It would have been probably like you-
entirely, maybe.
Yeah.
Entirely, because then any of the things I said that were deemed not appropriate for Bravo would have had to be left out anyway, and my whole thing would have been cut out.
Well, to that extent, and let's just be very honest here, Marysol, I'm looking right at the camera, Marysol, because Marysol is listening, obviously. Let's just
No,
be honest.
God,
Hi,
course.
Marisol.
Right,
Hi,
like
Marysol is really just
they
don't
thank
forget
you.
Mommy Issues is on Mondays.
Listen to Mommy Issues, but Marysol, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, to Beba's point, thank you for
Thank
making
you.
this such a big deal and
Thanks,
getting
hon.
behind